Meanwhile, at the Grand Empire in John's office, John's sitting at his desk working on paperwork. So Seth came in and knocked on the door, and John looked up and saw his grandson, Seth. And as Seth came in, "I hope I didn't interrupt you." "Not at all. Have a seat." And as Seth came and sat in the chair across from John. "So how was Karen and Bradley's wedding?" "Eventful, to say the least. Let me guess. Somebody exposed another secret. Not that I'm surprised." Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Kristen and Michael's apartment in the living room, Michael's finished getting dressed for work. And as he head and got his literature bag and put it on, and as he turned and head to the door and arrived and opened it and saw Michelle and David there. "Is this a bad time?" "Actually it is. I have to go to work." "Wrong. I've taken care of that." "What do you mean by that?" "He means he called your boss and asked for the day off, and they said, 'Who the hell do you think you are?' I think the word would be, you're welcome." "Look, can we come in and talk to you?" "No, I don't even know who you lot are. We're your parents. All we're asking is a little bit of your time. Please." Meanwhile, at Angela and Vince's house, as Angela came in and closed the door, and as she turned and faced the living room. What a day it's been. That's one way of putting it. And as Vince came downstairs and Angela saw, and as they both head to the living room and arrived, and as he turned and faced his wife who did the same. "So tell me, is that all?" "I don't get to what I saw today. Was that all of it? Or do you have more secrets?" "Look, there's more to what you saw in that video today." "Then why don't you fill me in?" Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Aaron's office, Will's working on some paperwork. Carly came and saw what he's doing and knocked on the door. And as Will saw and got up and went and got the door. "I got your text. Come in." And as Carly came in with Will closing the door, and as Carly went and sat on the couch, followed by Will, who went and sat by her. "So what's going on?" "I don't know if I can ever trust my wife again after what happened today." "You mean at Karen and Bradley's wedding?" Meanwhile, at the Good John Rich Manor, as Kristen came back in and closed the door, and as she head to the living room. "Oh no, you don't." And as Kristen saw Karen, who came down the hallway to where she is. "You are no longer welcome here after what you and Nate did today." "Karen, I'm sorry of what happened. Save it and get the hell out of my house. Now!" And as Kristen turned and went and left the house. Just as Bradley, Rachel, Aaron, Casey, and Tyler came to where Karen is. "Oi, what the hell is wrong with you, Karen? Your sister Kristen, Angela, and Nate is no longer welcome here." Meanwhile, in Karen and Bradley's room, Nate's on his iPhone talking to Justin while facing Jeff, who saw. "Dude, what's going on there?" "Nothing. It's just," and as Jeff came and grabbed Nate's iPhone and threw it across the room. "Have you lost the plot?" And as Jeff took out his belt and wrapped around his fist, and as he came to where Nate is. "I told you if I ever hear or catch you near my sister again that I will end you, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do." And as Jeff punched Nate to the ground with his belt, resulting blood coming out of his face. And as Jeff began kicking him continuously. Meanwhile, at the Grand Empire in John's office, John and Seth are talking. Wow, I know, right? Nate Collins, out of all the people on the planet, slept with both my granddaughter and my daughter? I am going to kill him, Granddad. I wouldn't. Why the hell not? Well, Tyler and Jeff may beat you at that, since Kristen's their sister, not to mention my cousin. I see now. On to other matters. I'm just gonna say it. I want to be an intern to your company. Really? What brought that on? I have heard so much about how you and Grandma built Grand Empire from scratch, and I want to be a part of that evolution. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Kristen and Michael's apartment, at the door, Michael is facing Michelle and David. And as Michael stepped aside, and as Michelle and David both came in, with Michael closing the door, and as he led them to the living room. And as Michelle and David went and sat on the couch with Michael sitting in the love seat couch facing them. You got exactly 5 minutes to tell me why you're here. After that, do one. Mate, I know you must have a lot of questions to what and how. Not really interested. You must at least be curious to get to know us. Is this because of the day at the promenade a few months ago that we talked when you said there's a bond between us when you barely even know me? My instincts don't lie. I've been a mother to 4 children. Well, 3 given to what's happened. But overall, you'll get to know them later on. Wait, you're saying as if I'm gonna let both of you in my life. Meanwhile, at Angela and Vince's house in the living room, Angela and Vince are talking. Really? You're expecting me to believe all this? You're my husband, who you cheated on with Nate just to keep hush about Michael. Not to mention your little affair with Warren Lovett. Warren and I were just friends, so you proclaim to be. So I know. Let's move past Warren. When did you start believing everything your sister says? Clearly, Helen, or my other sister Isabella, isn't over you. So let me get this straight. Helen told you some bogus-ass information that may not even be true for the matter. It is true. Are you an idiot? She's a gram who owns half of the hospital, meaning she sent you to break us up, and guess what? You fell for it. You know damn well Michael means a lot to me. Clearly not, since your head wasn't clear. You could have come to me, but I guess I couldn't be trusted, yeah? Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Aaron's office, Carly and Will are talking. I cannot believe Michelle and David would do such a thing. They knew exactly what they're doing when they showed that video, which made me think that they had an agenda, and they succeeded. Unfortunately, it affected my marriage with Jennifer as well. I am so sorry to what happened. It's fine. It seems secrets seem to run a lot around here. Michael has been to a lot, especially when he first discovered that Angela and Vince was his parents, who now isn't. Jennifer and I will always have trust issues, and honestly, I don't think that's ever gonna change. The reason to why you two got married is because of trust. Then I clearly made a mistake in marrying her. Meanwhile, at the Good Charm Rich Manor in the front area, Karen, Bradley, Rachel, and Aaron are talking. Those 3 lot aren't allowed on my property. In fact, I'm going to inform the staff and have security use force if they have to. That's fine with me. And this woman came downstairs to where they are. Excuse me, Miss Graham? Mr. Graham? And as they both saw the woman. What's wrong, Maxine? There's a fight in your room. Do you know who it is? It looks like Jeff attacking some guy. I have a funny feeling that might be Nate. Thank you, Maxine. And as Bradley, Aaron, Rachel, and Karen all went upstairs, just as Kristen came back in the house, and as she headed to the living room, to where her other sister Casey and her brother Tyler is, with Casey on her iPhone. You alright? I'm fine. I don't give a damn on how Karen feels, but she had no right throwing you out. Look, Karen is right to be mad after what I and the aunt did. And as Casey came back to where Kristen and Tyler is, who saw her. By the way, where's our brother Jeff? I have no idea. Please tell me he isn't after Nate. If he is, then I'm glad for the matter. Meanwhile, in Karen and Bradley's room, Jeff continues kicking Nate in the stomach. Next time, you'll listen to my warning. Oh, that's right. There ain't gonna be a next time. And as Jeff continued violently kicking him. Just as Bradley and Aaron came in and saw what Jeff was doing, Nate packed it in, and as they went and pulled Jeff away from attacking Nate. Get off me! And as Jeff elbowed Bradley in the stomach, who fell to the ground, resulting in him letting him go, just as Jeff headed back to where Nate is. But Aaron went and blocked him just as he arrived. Nate, you need to stop! And as Bradley also got up. You made your point clear, have I? This freak has been sleeping with my sister all this time. How would you two lot feel if that was your sister? And as Rachel and Karen came in and saw what's going on. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now let me finish this son of a bitch off. You do that and he wins. Not to mention you'll be sent down. Look, I know he can't be trusted at all, but if you kill him, you'll be facing murder, leaving your daughter fatherless. Do you really want that for her? In the end, the choice is up to you. Meanwhile, at the Graham Empire in John's office, John and Seth are talking. I knew I saw potential when I saw you as a true Graham. That's what I am. As you know, my wife and I will be retiring for good soon, and we're looking for that next person that can run this company to the next millennium. Wait, wasn't Jeff running the company? He was, but he had other plans. Then all I gotta say is, I'm in. That's good to hear. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Kristen and Michael's apartment in the living room, Michelle, David, and Michael are talking. Look, mate, this is all new for us to find out that you're alive when your mother and I thought we lost you, which Angela was clearly counting on us to believe. What does Angela have to do with this? Remember our video when she and your wife slept? I get it. Just because you showed us a video of them talking, which I don't know how you got access, doesn't prove you're my parents. Mate, you gotta trust us. In fact, we're gonna make it up to you by giving you some time to process before we all move home. You're joking, right? You think just cause now I'm your son, that we're some big family now? Your mother and I really miss being a part of your life, and we want you to come to New York to live with us. Sorry to be the one to disappoint you, but this is my home, and in case you're unaware, I'm a parent as well. Your daughter is also welcome to come. I don't think you're listening here. I'm not going anywhere and your 5 minutes is up. So please get the hell out and don't ever come back anymore. Michael, come on, Michelle. He needs time to process this, so why don't we respect his wish and give him some space, yeah? Fine. And as Michelle and David both got up and went and left Michael's flat. And as Michael also got up and got his messenger bag and put it back on and also went and left his flat. Meanwhile, at Angela and Vince's house in the living room, Angela and Vince are talking. What's that supposed to mean? All I know is, I trusted you. Do you think Michelle and David say is true about Michael? That I don't trust either. And I was willing to overlook it, but it doesn't mean you can sleep with Nate. Unless he asked you. He did, didn't he? Yeah. That son of a bitch. I am gonna make him pay. You know I love you. I know you do. But that's not enough to save this marriage. Wait. Are you saying that yeah, I am? What you did, even though he asked, is unforgivable. Fine. And it's Angela's turn and head to the door, which Vince saw. Where are you going? And as Angela stopped and turned and faced her husband. Well, since clearly my marriage is finished, I'm gonna go sleep at my parents' house. And as Angela turned and got her phone and purse from the table and head and left the house. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Aaron's office, Carly and Will are talking. Come on, Will. I think it's clear that you really aren't thinking of what you say, but I am. I don't like it when people keep secrets. To me, it's like the ultimate betrayal, and I think it's best Jennifer and I end things. Look, just sleep on it, yeah, and think about it before you and Jennifer makes. Why did I divorce you, by the way? Because you love Jennifer, and although it was weird for me to encourage you to, even though you clearly hate her, I know the two of you lot are rivals. Despite how I feel about her, I just want you to be happy. Thank you, Carly. Meanwhile, at the Good Charm Witch Manor in the front area, Casey, Kristen, and Tyler came to the front door talking. As much as I agree to what you say, we have to think about what Casey, our sister here, has been with Nate for a long while, who I also believe took advantage. You do know I'm standing here, right? Yeah, I haven't forgotten. Basically, what you're saying is, if Jeff hadn't found and killed him, you would. You damn right. I love our family. We have come too far to let Collins or anyone try to ruin it. I gotta say, between you and Jeff, not to mention Scott as my brothers, that can look after us, I just feel amazing when you think about it. Yeah, I suppose. And you are right on one thing, Tyler. Nate needs to pay for what he's done to us. Meanwhile, in Karen and Bradley's room, Karen, Bradley, Rachel, Aaron, and Jeff are talking while Nate's on the ground injured thanks to Jeff's attack. Fine, but this is not over. Jeff, do you really want to get sent down for murder? You lot don't seem to grasp of what happened here. That bastard there has been sleeping with my sister for months. I get it. Really, I do. You wanted to protect your family, but clearly, this isn't the way to go about it. Bradley, call the fire brigade. They're already on their way. Jeff and as Karen look at Jeff who saw. Personally, I really don't care what you do to Nate. But by Rachel's reason, I think you should go home, honey. He can't go home till the police has arrived. Of course he can. Just don't leave your house. I have Claire or Greg come to you. And as Jeff in turn went and left Karen in Bradley's room, while Karen came to where Nate is, who's lying there injured, who saw her while Aaron's iPhone rings, and he got it. Hello? Let's get to Karen and Nate. I want you to burn this in your brain once you're well rested. You, Kristen, or Angela, or the rest of your family aren't welcome here at all. And as Aaron came to where they are, Mom, they're here. Send them up here. And as Aaron turned and went, and also left Karen in Bradley's room, while Rachel came to where Karen and an injured Nate is. I wouldn't be doing this, but as an oath as a doctor, I have to check how he's doing. You do whatever you have to do, Rachel. And as Karen went to where her husband is, and as they both went and left the room into the hallway, and as Karen and Bradley turned and faced each other, I am so sorry, but don't be. As much as I hate that our wedding got more than we both bargained, in the end, we still got each other. And after all this, I believe you and I are due for a second honeymoon, already ahead of you. And just so you know, no matter what happens, just know I love you. I love you too. And as Karen and Bradley begin kissing each other,